Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about semen retention, when you will start seeing changes in your life. See, the thing is, you'll start seeing more changes in your life on seed retention, no fap. When you retain and you do things a little bit differently, you'll just start seeing a little bit more. You might see a little bit more aggression from you. You might see a little bit more charisma. You just might see a little bit more. Just you're just a lot more. Let's say alpha, and this will start to show in your results. This will finally start to show in your results, because when you go on seed retention, you're finally becoming the 2.0 version of yourself. And if you, let's say, maybe you go on, let's say you've been on retention for maybe a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll definitely start noticing like a lot more changes in your life. When you relapse, you're just a lot more calm. You might be a little bit less aggressive. You just might be a little bit more lenient. You don't want altercation as much. You kind of just want to do your own thing and go about your day or your business. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But on seed retention, your aggression might be a little bit skyrocketed a little bit. You might just be a little bit more. There might be more bass in your in the words that you speak. You just might be a little bit more in the flow of life. This starts to happen to you when you go on retention for a little bit of time. And the thing is about your life is, you just might see opportunities opening up for you when you retain for a long time. You will retain and gain. You will retain and gain, if you didn't know. Like, because when you go on retention, like, there's a lot more. You're gonna have a lot more masculine gains. You will start noticing a bigger difference in just the way you carry yourself, your values, and how you really see yourself. And this is the best way for people to find you attractive, because people find how attractive you are based on how attractive you find yourself. People find how attractive you are based on how attractive you find yourself. So the best way is to be as attractive, to think yourself as attractive as humanly possible. This is the start. Like I said, your entire life will start changing a little bit. Seed retention, no fap, it will start changing just a little bit. Not overnight, but you will, one by one, you will start noticing the changes in your mindset, your physical stature, your values, and how you pretty much talk with people. Because I mean, it really does come down to how you carry yourself. How you carry yourself is literally the number one thing. If you're always like in a bad type of mood, people are gonna notice that, and then they're gonna be attracted to a negative. They're gonna have a bad type of mood. So the best thing is to carry like very high, positive, energetic vibrations. Yeah, the changes in your life will start changing. If you go on it for like a month, if you go on it for a month or so, you're definitely going to start noticing a difference. You're just going to be, like I said, you're going to be more attractive. People are going to find you as someone that they can talk to. You're going to have empathy. People are going to be like, who is this person? And now they want to talk to you just because it looks like you have the keys to a better life. You'll be known as the advancing man. Someone who can show other people the means to a better increase of life, better way of life. Also, like when you're relapsing, like it's just like I said, you're less confrontational. You don't you basically will want less problems. I mean, and that's like I said, that's fine. But when you retain, you're you're more alpha. Like I said, you're more in your alpha state. So even if someone treats you wrong, you're gonna check them. You're gonna check them. You don't let people get away with small things. You don't let people disrespect you. You want to be treated fairly. The thing is, like, you want to be treated fairly, and you just want to have peace. That's the number one thing that I guess men want when they're trying to get theirs. They want peace, and they want to be treated fairly. And the thing is, like, you'll start having more of this once you retain, because you're finally sticking up for yourself. You're finally sticking up for yourself. When you were relapsing consistently, you had no respect for yourself because you didn't believe in the actions that you were taking. It's all about relapsing consistently, because if you're relapsing consistently, one, you just have less energy. And less energy makes you more of a pushover. You're going to be a pushover. If something, just because you lack confrontation skills, when you relapse, like, every time someone does something to you, you might just let it go, even if it's very disrespectful. This is what tends to happen to you when you relapse consistently. You're also off your mission. When you retain, you see yourself as more focused and more ready to take on life. But if you relapse consistently, you're going to be off your purpose. You're going to be too lenient. You're going to be too afraid to get the things that you want. You're going to be too fear-stricken. You're going to be you're going to have a fear consciousness. You're going to think that you're going to overthink. And overthinking is pretty much the number one way you never get the things that you want. Because maybe let's talk about when it comes to, let's say, cold approach or talking to somebody that you like, and you keep overthinking. Like I said, if you overthink every single thing that you do, you're always gonna be paralyzed. You're never really gonna take any real action, because you're always gonna overthink. You're always gonna think, like, what if this happens? What if this happens? Instead of taking action. Taking action is the number one way to get rid of anxiety and to get rid of overthinking. Because once you're taking action, at least now you might get somewhere. But like I said, there's a correlation between you relapsing consistently and then being off your purpose. And never really getting anywhere that you want. Your life will start to change just by retaining and then changing your habits just a little bit. You can really see the difference between you on, let's say, day 1 and then maybe like day 50 or 60, like that. You're just gonna be a lot more okay and happy with yourself, and this will start to show in your behavior. It's all about the behavior that you keep putting out, because your behavior is telling other people the way you treat yourself. Like I said, the way you treat yourself is how other people treat you. So if you want people to treat you in the best, most respectable way, it would be in your best interest to respect yourself and to treat yourself as best as possible, because this is the only way people can respect you. This is the only way she can respect you. The only way she can really respect you and submit to you is by being on your purpose and sticking up for yourself if she crosses the line, because women test men a lot, especially if you come across as someone who should be tested. They'll test you. They may make fun of you. They're just making sure that who you're telling yourself is congruent to the person that you are. This is what happens. They're compliance tests. this is how women test men. So I mean, the best thing for you to do is just to pass these tests, and the best way to pass these tests is to actually respect yourself in order to pass these tests. If that makes sense, your life will start to change. There's like benchmarks on retention as well, because if you're, let's say, on day 30, day 60, day 90, there's going to be some benchmarks, and you're probably going to pass with flying colors. You will see the focusness, the primal drive, and the masculinity just oozing off of you, So yeah, like, there's no point into like relapsing. There's no point into sleeping, and there's no point into losing your energy, because that's your life force. This is probably the most important thing that you can do for yourself, because once you do this for yourself, you're gonna start attracting better situations. If you're unemployed, you might turn into becoming employed on retention. If your business is losing money, it might start profiting immensely. You might think a different way on how to do things. You might become, like I said, the 2.0 version of yourself. This is highly attractive to people in general. Your life will start to change on retention. You will become the person that you want to be. It all takes time, discipline, and effort. So yes, like the video, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.